Pakistan walked straight into humiliation at the United Nations. One objection, one interruption, and in return, an international slap across the face. All it took was 4 seconds. UN Watch's Hillel Neuer looked straight into the camera and said, "Mr. President, Pakistan is another state sponsor of terror."
And when bin Laden was eliminated in Pakistan, the question asked was not, why target a terrorist on foreign soil? No one asked that question. The question was, why was a terrorist given shelter at all?
The hall went silent, the internet exploded, and Pakistan reduced to a meme. But behind this viral clip lies a much bigger storm. Israel bombing Hamas leaders in Qatar, Pakistan jumping in the defense of Hamas, Israel flipping the script and dragging out Pakistan's ghost. And India forced to walk the tightrope between its closest defense partner and its biggest energy supplier. Today, let's decode how Pakistan embarrassed itself, how Israel flipped the narrative, and why India had to condemn Israel to save its own national interest. Picture this: Hillel Neuer, Executive Director of UN Watch, defending Israel's strike on Hamas leaders in Doha. His point was sharp. If you don't want targeted bombings against terrorists in your capital, why do you harbor them? And that's true. Qatar has hosted Hamas's political office since 2012. The US, EU, and Israel all classify Hamas as a terrorist group. But Pakistan could not resist. Its diplomat jumped in and said, and I quote, "We reject unfounded accusations. This violates sovereignty." The chair dismissed the objection. It was not substantive. Neuer got 4 more seconds, and in those 4 seconds came the hammer. And I quote, "Mr. President, Pakistan is another state sponsor of terror."
And when bin Laden was eliminated in Pakistan, the question asked was not, why target a terrorist on foreign soil? No one asked that question. The question was, why was a terrorist given shelter at all? The same question must be asked today. There was no immunity for bin Laden, and there can be no immunity for Hamas. And in facing terror, history shows that members of this council have done the very same. From 2014 to 2022, France struck terrorists in Mali, Chad, Burkina Faso.
That was it. Boom. The clip went viral, over 2 million views, and suddenly Pakistan was not defending Qatar anymore. It was defending itself. Remember, in 2020, the same UN Watch mocked Pakistan for sitting on the Hamas Rights Council. This time, Pakistan dug its own hole. And then came Israel's permanent representative, Danny Danon. His words cut even deeper. And I quote, "When Osama bin Laden was eliminated in Pakistan, the real question was never, why target a terrorist on foreign soil? The real question was, why was a terrorist given shelter at all?" This was not just rhetoric. It was a deliberate reminder. September 11 had just marked its 24th anniversary. Danon connected the dots. No state may harbor terrorists. This was the rule in 2001. This is the rule today. Pakistan tried to retaliate. The envoy accused Israel of war crimes in Gaza, Syria, Lebanon. He called Israel an aggressor, a violator of international law. But the damage was done. Because every time Pakistan invokes sovereignty, the world remembers Abbottabad, May 2011, bin Laden's safe house, US Navy SEALs, and Pakistan's silent complicity. That ghost will never leave Islamabad. Now let's zoom out. Why was this even happening? Because on September 7, Israel carried out Operation Summit of Fire. Target: Hamas leaders in Doha's Qatar district. Collateral damage: civilians. Qatar cried foul. called it a violation of sovereignty, and the world reacted. United States, Donald Trump, Israel's strongest ally, said he was very unhappy. Germany called it unacceptable. Spain imposed an arms embargo. European Union debating trade sanctions. Gulf states rallied around Qatar. Suddenly, Israel found itself cornered, even by its own partners. And Pakistan, it rushed to Qatar's defense, which gave Israel the perfect chance to turn the spotlight back on Islamabad. And where does India fit into all this? This is where it gets delicate. Prime Minister Modi picked up the phone and spoke to Qatar's Emir soon after India's statement came out. Israel's strike was a violation of the sovereignty of the brotherly state of Qatar. That's what Modi said. India publicly, unambiguously condemned Israel. Why? Not because India is turning against Israel, but because it cannot afford to antagonize Qatar. Qatar supplies 40% of India's LNG. Over 700,000 Indians live and work in Qatar. Bilateral trade, $1.6 billion. Energy, diaspora, economy, those three words outweigh defense optics. Remember, India itself has carried out cross-border strikes against Pakistan and calls them self-defense. But when Israel does the same in Qatar, India calls it a breach of sovereignty. Is that hypocrisy? Perhaps, but it's also cold, hard realism. In geopolitics, principle bend before national interest. So here's the big picture. Pakistan tried to defend Qatar. It ended up humiliating itself. Israel reminded the world of Abbottabad. The world condemned Israel for its Qatar strike. And India carefully balanced both sides, standing with Qatar publicly but keeping its Israel ties intact. This is not about morality, it's about strategy. India cannot survive on just Israel, nor can it thrive on just the Gulf states. It needs both. And that's why New Delhi's foreign policy today is not about choosing sides, it's about choosing moments. Pakistan embarrassed itself, Israel faces global anger, and India quietly, calmly plays the game of balance. Because in diplomacy, as in life, it's not about being right, it's about being smart. Thank you for watching. I'm Shubham Tiwari, and you're watching the News Point. Until next time.